Hi, I'm Laia from Dragon's Ada name and welcome back to the Outer Worlds. As you can see, we are, again, exactly where we left off. We took the power from the geothermal plant and gave it to Edgewater, other than I first thought I would do, but Pavasi convinced me that that was right. And now the deserters have to go back, but Adelaide is gonna be the leader of Edgewater and Thompson or Reed is gone. For us, I don't think there's anything left than go back to the Unreliable, which is exactly what we will do now. Because I don't think there's actually anything more for me to do here. So let's go. And here we are again. This is my ship now. Ada will probably appreciate me having found a power regulator for her.
Is this your ship?
Yes, it is.
Oh my stars, she is just so handsome. Does she have a name yet?
She?
What's her drive model?
Oh, wow.
Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed of flying on a real ship, working on a real engine, belonging to a proper crew.
You will now.
I'm the only decent mechanic Edgewater's got, but every time I think of going back, I get this sinking feeling.
You're gonna come with me. You're not gonna stay here. I can understand not wanting to go back. You didn't seem happy in Edgewater. You've never been on a ship before? Those people in Edgewater need you. No! I mean, yes, but no! I can understand not wanting to go back.
Well, it's kind of you to say that. And you're right.
I know.
I wasn't happy.
I know, baby.
I want to ask you something, and you can say no. But can I come with you?
Yes!
I could tend to your engine.
Yep.
I know my G-valves for my catalyzers, and I can keep your ship singing.
Yep. You're coming.
And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can do that too.
Yes, yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah. I'd be glad to have you along. Pick a cabin, it's yours. Exactly. You just met me, why would you want to go into space with a stranger? I do not care. Yes, come with me.
Yes! I mean, thanks. You won't regret this, ma'am. Captain. I can call you Captain now. Yeah. I got a captain.
Oh my god, you are the cutest. I love you so much already. There's Max. I told you about him, I think, like 2 episodes ago.
Well, I certainly am looking forward to flying on a ship named the Unreliable. I'll just
Aren't
head
we
upstairs
all?
and claim a room.
Okay, bye Max. We're gonna talk to him eventually, but for now we're gonna go talk to Ada.
Captain,
Yes?
I have detected that Edgewater's power supply is now optimal. I applaud your willingness to invest your time in the local community.
Thank you.
What can I do for you, Captain?
I have a power regulator.
Do you know how to install a power regulator?
Do I? I do. Yeah, I know what I'm doing.
Outstanding, Captain. Your aptitude for engineering will prove invaluable in the event of another catastrophic engine failure. Our engine room is located behind you. Across the cargo bay, up the ladders.
I really hope I won't need... There will not be another critical engine failure. So I hope I won't need my skills in that regard. Okay, put it in! Oh. So this was the intro then, and we can go back to the crazy professor. I like the sound of that. Ada, take me back.
What can I do for you, Captain?
Take me into space. I've installed the power regulator.
All systems are operating within acceptable parameters.
Yay!
I am prepared to bring the Unreliable into low-altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of our flight capabilities.
I'm excited and a little scared. Let's get out of here. Hold on, I need to... No, let's get out of here. I do not need to take care of anything else. Oh. That engine just almost exploded. It's so epic. Are we gonna fall out of space? We didn't. Against all odds, the unreliable takes flight. You can say that again.
We have received a communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
Cool. Good. I've been waiting to hear from him. Yeah.
Aha, there you are. Hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain. Horrible way to die.
Well,
How are you
it's
feeling,
kind
by
of
the
your
way?
fault.
I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing, I assure you.
It's kind of cool, actually. Get to the point, Phineas. I've been feeling a little lightheaded. Also, I can slow down time. Never been better. I can slow down time.
Oh, that, yes, that's probably permanent. I wouldn't worry about it, though. I'm sure you're fine.
Yeah, well...
What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board are to blame. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me, help us, find the chemicals to revive your fellow colonists. Gladys Kelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay.
Okay. I saw that I lost reputation with the board. I still don't really know what that is exactly. Fine, I'll go have a word with Gladys. Why do I need a nav key to land on a planet? Slow down, you're asking me to get involved with the black market. Well, he asked me to get involved in some things before that I didn't really agree to. Or I could put a couple light years between me and Halcyon. Can't I land somewhere outside Stellar Bay? Slow down, you're asking me to get involved with the black market.
Gladys and I have been doing business for years. Her smuggling credentials are unimpeachable.
Well...
If anyone can get you a key to Monarch, it's her.
I don't like the idea of working with a criminal. I don't really, but I guess he is too, because there was a wanted poster for him in Edgewater. Why do I need a nav key?
Strictly speaking, Monarch is a moon, terraformed badly, and almost completely lawless. You'll love it.
Will
Captains
I?
don't fly their own ships, you see. Your navigation terminal handles the, navigation. Think of a nav key as a set of flight instructions. The board's been confiscating nav keys for Stellar Bay, so we must rely on unconventional means of acquisition. Hence, Miss Gladys Kelly.
Okay. Okay.
Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design, cutting-edge technology, years ahead of its time. I call it the holographic shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain's quarters.
Okay, I'll put it to good use. Thanks. You want to explain what a holographic shroud is? Yes, do it, please.
Marvelous device. I'm quite proud of myself. The shroud changes the user's appearance to mimic that of another. It has limits. First-generation technology, you see, but promising. Exciting to see it in use at last. Very simply, the holographic shroud uses biometric information contained on standard identity cartridges to generate a holographic projection around you.
What do I need that for, though? You mentioned this thing has limitations. People will actually fall for this? Seems far-fetched. Yeah, what are its limitations?
Only stands up to a casual scrutiny. Use it too long, bound to flicker, blur, something like that. Movement makes it more likely.
So no
Best
running.
used in moderation. When you see guards in your path you can't sneak past, for example. Maintain your distance. Act normal. No running, no jumping. Don't draw their attention. If they pay attention, they're more likely to notice flaws in the hologram.
Okay. Why do I need a gadget for this? Couldn't I just steal a uniform or something?
A change of clothes. What is this? Some old spy serial? What inattentive and brainless guard would be fooled by such a shabby disguise?
I don't know.
The holographic shroud masks not only your clothes, but your face and fingerprints. It modulates
Okay,
your
that's
voice
cool,
and
actually.
sweetens your breath.
How the hell does a hologram sweeten your breath?
Science, that's how.
Science! Okay, I'll put it to good use.
Excellent. I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. If you have any questions, come see me in my lab. And remember, don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over with promises of wealth and power, but it's a lie. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run this colony to the ground.
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal.
Okay, thank you. Maybe I will go and talk to my companions first, though. And get this holographic shroud thing. Because I wasn't allowed up here, was I? Examine. Adelaide's deserters dreamed of an independent life without board oversight. You taught them an important lesson. Never dream. Ouch! Ouch, game! Ow! That hurt me. Sentry saber. I can sleep here. Nothing in the bin. That's probably the thing, right? Holographic shroud. The holographic shroud projects a disguise on you and your companions that gives you access to restricted areas, provided you have the correct ID cartridge for that area. Restricted areas are off limits to unauthorized personnel and otherwise result in being attacked on sight. Okay, I got 16,800 XP for that. Holy moly. Okay, messages for Alex Hawthorne. Are they dirty? Unread. From you, Bedford. Wingman's wingman. Thank you. Oh, I forgot to mention in my previous message, silly me, I'm mailing you a copy of my favorite serial, The Space Adventures of Singularity Steel. It's about a dashing space pirate with a heart of, well, steel. It's not exactly board approved, so don't you go showing it around to your spacer buddies. I hope it will amuse you while you are out adventuring. Any similarities to a certain someone are entirely intentional. Udom. Okay. Unread, was there another one? No. Archived. Dearest Alex, I can't tell you how pleased I am to finally hear from you. Your message was hilarious. I'm delighted by your sense of humor to the tale of your hijinks. I hope your terminal will cooperate for the foreseeable future. By the by, I was scraping Groundbreaker's comms network for tasty little tidbits, and I noticed you declined to dock at Edgewater's landing pad and instead touched down in the wilderness. You rugged individualist, you. I only pray that idiot Thompson wasn't giving you any trouble. Anyway, I hope your meeting down on Terra 2 proves fruitful, and I look forward to corresponding with greater regularity. Your best friend, Udom. Udom? He is a best friend, but they don't really know each other? Hello. Alex, I don't know where you were raised, but I'd hazard to guess it may have been a barn, because anyone with a modicum of decent rearing would know it's unforgivably rude to ignore the ardent, sincere messages of one's friends. Best Udom, please respond. Oh, is that a stalker? Dear Alex, hello, hello. Hope this finds you well. It was a pleasure to see you in my office again last week. Once again, I'm terribly sorry about the impounding mix-up. How could it have happened a second time? Terminals these days, I swear. Dreadfully unreliable. Aha, just like your ship. Haha. I hope you've given some thought to that thing we discussed. You know, about the Wallace fellow. I'm so sorry to press, but I have the strangest tickling feeling that you really do know him. And if you could just tell me where he is, well, it would be marvelous for our friendship, wouldn't it? Looking forward to seeing you again, Wingman. Dear Alex, hello, Udom here, Udom Bedford. We met when I accidentally impounded your ship, my silly fat fingers embarrassing me once again. I hope that wasn't too terribly inconvenient for you. It was such a pleasure for me, and I tremendously appreciate your forbearance in not throttling me. You really are quite the gentleman. If you're ever in Groundbreaker's airspace, well, space, please don't hesitate to look me up. The Lost Hope serves Spectrum vodka. Perhaps we could try every color. You know, really tie one on. Let me know. Your new friend. Okay, so someone wanted a friend really, really badly. I'm a little afraid to look at this. Look, there's no call for shouting. My terminal was busted. Had a few too many and might have knocked it off the desk. You know how it is. Sometimes you just gotta cut loose. I'm not telling you where Wells is, so lay off. Buy me a drink at the Last Hope next time I'm in, and I might forgive you. So, and Hawthorne used this to his advantage, I guess. Log entry, shrink ray. Note to self, remember this later. No better. Ada, remind me weekly to check this log until I tell you to stop. Yes, I mean continually. No, Ada, not if I'm dead. Why would you even ask me that? Back to my point. I saw in actuality with my own two eyes a sublimely powerful weapon in Wells' lab, just sitting there for the taking. If the grey hair were to look away or forget about it, maybe, or if I had asked a smidgen more nicely. He called it a shrink ray, but wouldn't let me test that claim after I lost my temper. Said he was inspired to create the thing by the achievements of other scientists who dared push the boundaries of human knowledge and decency laws. I had heard rumors of fantastical weapons like this one, weapons that pushed the boundaries of the mind and science cutting edge, but I figured they were just stories to be honest. Laying eyes on Wells' shrink ray firsthand is enough to make a fellow wonder if there's more to the rumors, more to be had. Yeah, Hawthorne seems to be such a nice fella. Hammer power. The last time I got sloshed, was imbibing at the last hope on the Groundbreaker. Look, Udom was really free with the drinks. He seems like an okay fellow. I shamelessly but subtly eavesdropped on two Mardettes yammering on about a mad scientist some years back who'd claimed he'd made a huge discovery that would change the fate of the colony. Like none of us have heard that one before, but here is the good part. The Mardettes said the mad scientist kept yelling about the hammer power or something similar. A strange weapon with a special power created by a crazy lab coat sure fits the bill. It could be another one of the weapons that inspired Wells. Okay. Black market leads. Why won't Wells just give the shrink ray to me? Blast him to the depths of the labyrinth on Tartarus and back. Let the record show I did apologize for shouting him down 5 times, but architect be damned, it's just sitting there, neglected and gathering dust. I should have commandeered it and thanked him without asking permission, or breaking expensive equipment when he said it wasn't ready yet, and that even if it were, he couldn't entrust it to someone like me. What does that even mean, I ask? That I'm not trustworthy enough? That I'd use it to wipe out the good, hard-working folks of the colony like some sort of moralist psycho? I'll admit to maintaining some questionable associations, but I follow a strict code of me, myself and mine. What's not to respect in that? Exactly. Now I have to wait until Wells forgets or thinks he's misplaced it. In the meanwhile, I have been tracking down additional rumors pertaining to others of these science weapons throughout Halcyon. If gossip holds true, my next step will be to check with the black market merchants on the Groundbreaker and in Fallbrook. Okay. Oh! Now I can go look for these science weapons myself. Interesting. Are these the crew's quarters then? Sam. Can I repair you, Sam? There's no response from the auto-mechanical unit. A serial number etched in its chassis includes the letters SAM. Sam. Oh, I can't do anything. Okay. Examine. This is not a petunia. But it's named Petunia the plant. Who named it that? And why? Banged up toolbox, full of modified tools with unique mechanical usages. Digging around in here would be an easy way to lose a finger to a sawtooth blade. Okay, then let's not do that. The modern steel wrench anew. This book is heavily dog-eared? Dog-eared. With doodles in the margins. Dog-eared. I have never heard that word before, but I think I know what it means. Abigail. First wrench Dad ever gave me. She's been a friend ever since. Parvati. Aww. A photo of Parvati's father, son, older man with warm eyes. Oh. So is this Parvati's room? Where's she then? There's Max. Doctrinal Studies 539 of Equity and Equations. These textbooks have been out of print for almost half a century. The margins are filled with scribbled notes and many passages have been underlined. Some pages have come loose, the glue now yellowed and cracked along the spines. Is that the same one? No. The Journal of Maximilian de Soto, Volume 1. The scribblings on these journal pages are utterly illegible to anyone except Vicar Maximilian de Soto. Okay. Index of Banned Literature. Part 1. Various qualifying considerations. Part 2. Principal rules of restrictive management. Part 3. Morals and maxims of banning unethical literature. Part 4. Proof of the grand architect and predestination. Refudiation of the titles listed here within. Part 5. Consequences, the mind and the will of men when led astray. Part 6. Official list of banned titles. Part 8. Prerequisites for advancing the investigation, outing and penalizing of offenders. There is so much stuff here. It is pretty cool that he actually has books. I think that's awesome. What is this? Tossball trading cards. In mint condition, most of these cards represent players from the Hephaestus Hammers and the Tilebackers. Is this a book? The Art and Science of Tossball. Impossible to put down. Order of Scientific Inquiry, Office of Literature. This endorsement has been approved. Auntie Cleo's Darlings. Signed by Seema Whitlock, who held the record for most on-the-field fatalities for 3 consecutive seasons. Fatalities? Max!
I could spend hours reflecting on the secret workings of the universe. Little else in this colony offers such a relaxing pastime. So, tell me what's on your mind. I excel at confessional listening.
Do I have to confess anything? I like to know something about those I'm flying with. What's your story? Yes! Now you can get to know Max, because you didn't have the chance before. At least not in my playthrough. Because that footage got lost.
Nothing too out of the ordinary. Just your run-of-the-mill vicar with a violently enthusiastic disposition.
Violently enthusiastic disposition?
That's what my parents called it. I grew up in a pit of a town much like Edgewater. I was destined to be a laborer like my parents, but I was infected early with a need to solve the equation. My passion didn't sit well with them.
Why not? Why were you so passionate about it? Were they not religious?
On the contrary, they internalized the precepts of scientism like no one I've ever known. They had a pure faith, a faith that brought joy to them regardless of the situation. I envied that. I wanted that peace. I thought if I became a vicar, I could find it. Or at the very least, find out why I lacked it.
Oh, but weren't they proud when you became a vicar at least?
They thought I was fighting the plan, should have accepted my lot.
Ah.
Some people pursue the clergy for power, prestige, but that was not me.
If you can't help but follow the plan, then everything you do is part of it, right? That's actually kind of true. Tell me about the plan again. This plan of yours sounds like a convenient way to control the masses. It is. It sounds exactly like that.
It can be, if abused, but that can be said about anything. However, in the case of the Board and Halcyon, sadly, I believe you are correct.
Okay, seems quite trusting of you to just sign on without knowing anything about me. That's true.
I have run headlong into too many walls in my pursuit of the truth. This book is my last hope, and you were my only hope of getting it translated.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You are my only hope. Makes sense. This seems a bit extreme. What if the book doesn't have the answers you're looking for?
I honestly don't know what I'd do. This quest has consumed me for the better part of my life. I fear there's nothing else left to me.
Aww.
What about you? What's your story?
Well, I am a colonist. I was a colonist on the Hope. A scientist named Wells saved me. I'm a thrill seeker and lover of great renown. I love a good adventure story. I don't want to talk about it. No, we're gonna be honest.
And how did he do that?
I have no idea. He stole my body from the Hope at the edge of the colony and thawed me out. How should I know? I was frozen at the time. Yeah, he thawed me out.
Well, you do seem different than every other colonist. Let's pretend for the moment I believe you. What are you going to do now?
I have no idea. I'm helping him recover more of the chemicals he needs to save the rest of the colonists. I'm not sure that that is actually his intention. That's just what he says his intention is. I'm turning him in. No, I'm gonna get these chemicals.
That seems a dangerous proposition.
I know.
Why risk your life now that it's been returned to you?
I have no idea. I had family on the Hope. My friends are on the Hope. Just because it's the right thing to do, I don't know. So if I do one of these things, does that turn out to be true? At least the family or friends thing? Let's say family. I had family.
Oh, I see. You have my condolences.
Hey, they aren't dead. Tell me again about the book we picked up that's in French. Oh, that was so funny. I wish you could have seen that. Remind me, any ideas where we can find someone who speaks French in this colony?
I've been thinking on that. There's a former infamous philosopher scholar who fled Terra 2 some years ago. He's an expert on Bakonu.
Former associate,
He's also who told me of the journal's presence in Emerald Vale. If anyone in this colony could translate that book, it would be him.
That sounds like a good lead, but how do we find him? That seems a bit of a long shot. What makes you so sure? Seriously, only one guy in this whole colony that can translate French? A former what now? Yeah, a former what now?
You caught me. Listen, the OSI frowns on fraternization with philosophists. I'd like to keep my associations with our scholar friend quiet.
Okay, I can do that. Okay, sounds like a good lead, but where do we find him?
That's a good question. We should start on the Groundbreaker. It's where I'd go if I wanted to get off Terra 2. Great place to pick up a ride to Hephaestus, Scylla, even Monarch. All I need is access to a data cartridge from the security terminal. Their easily hackable system keeps a registry of all crew manifests for both arrivals and departures.
Okay, how will a crew manifest help us track down your scholar friend? How is it that a simple vicar happens to be such a highly skilled hacker?
Before I transferred to Edgewater, I had a wealth of time to develop certain, secular skills during my years serving a particular penitentiary flock. I meditated, led sermons, provided guidance to the inmates as needed, of course. I also played prison yard tossball and taught myself a bit about computronic security systems.
Okay, sounds good. Let's go. How will the crew manifest help us track your scholar friend?
I'll comb the last 6 months of departure manifest to track the Philosophist's off-world destination.
Okay, sounds good. Let's do it.
Thank you, Captain.
Oh, did I take you with me now? No. So I guess these are empty rooms that will be filled once I found some more crew. So is it safe to assume that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 crew members available to us? Can't find Pavati for some reason. I don't know where she went. I have been here before, I think. Pavati, where are you? Where have you gone, Pavati? Are you in the engine room or something? Yes, you are.
I could probably spend years fixing this boat, stem to stern.
Oh. I think it's time you move along. No. Break time's over. Can I actually outfit Vicar Max? I can. What are you good at, actually? Level 7. You do a lot of melee damage, then? You're good at intimidating, hacking, and science. And you have a trick shot ability. Max examines and evaluates his target and spiritually enlightens them with a blast from his shotgun. Knockdown knocks the target to the ground, making them unable to take any action for a short time. We can lower all skills a moderate amount, and target takes increased plasma shock, corrosion, and N-ray damage. I think I can actually give you a perk, right? Bonus support hack. Sneaky. No. Yeah. No, give me more to hack, please. Yep. Do you have... What kind of armor are you wearing? Light. Like, your vestments are pretty hardy, apparently. Like, this is shit against yours. But I don't have a helmet for you right now. Level 7 shotgun, level 7 two-handed melee. Yeah, everything that I have, I think, is worse than what you are using right now. Very much so. Then, let's go. To Gladys. I have a map. Travel map. I like that very much. I can go to Phineas's lab. Where am I, actually? Terra 2, that's where I am. Let's go to Phineas's lab first. Yes. Space's Choice Travel Advisory. Welcome to the system map. Here you can see all the planets in the system, as well as some special points of interest that you may have discovered. You can fly your ship to any location that you have unlocked though some landing bases require special codes and keys before they allow you to land there. Moving between planets is considered extremely dangerous, and all employees are encouraged to remain home or at work.
Arrived at Phineas's orbital lab.
Thank you. I want to talk to you, man. And I'm over encumbered. Party selection. You are too encumbered to fast travel alone, but your companions can help. Take more companions with you or reduce the weight. How many can... Up to 2. Okay, then let's go, you two. So it is 6. I was right. Negotiate with Sparts for territory? I mean, sure. Phineas, we need to talk about the things you did to me.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yep,
Does this work?
it does.
Oh, damn it. Blast, that's loud.
So you didn't want to talk to me then, I guess. So maybe I can get that weapon. Yeah. That Hawthorne was talking about. Maybe if I ask nicely.
I'm just securing my ongoing experiments. And securing myself.
I don't know if I like that. I mean that you do
Mind the mess.
experiments.
I haven't had a visitor since... in fact, I've never had a visitor.
Well, now we are coming. But you have a welcome mat! Wipe feet! Oh god. Okay, wipe my feet. You are behind glass. Oh wow. Oh god. What is that? Bubbles. Is that a sheep? What the hell are these things, Phineas? What is going on here? Ah, that's a cysty pig. Okay, I haven't seen one of these before. Pick up shrink ray. Yok weapons, R&D department. Science weapons. Science weapons are unique weapons that have strange and powerful effects. Science weapon damage and the strength of their effects both increase as your science skill is increased. Yok, or Joch, engineers ensure our bottom line and fire rates are sky high.
Aha! I see you found my portable molecular compression device, better known as a shrink ray. Find a target, point, shoot. Your target will shrink down into a manageable size, whereupon you may commence beating them to a pulp. Feel free to try it on a marauder sometime.
Oh. Can't do it to her. Can I do it to the pig?
Got him!
Oh my god. Oh my god, this is the best. Oh my god, this is the best. Shrink. No, it doesn't shrink anymore. Oh. Why can't I talk to you? You don't talk to me though. Okay. What is this? You don't look very happy. Bubbles! Cysty pig hoof. Pick up poster. I'm just gonna steal everything, if that's okay with you, Phineas. You know, I didn't even have to ask for the weapon. Reminder, obscure body in the SK system. What? Is this where I came out? Hibernation chamber. You spent over 4 decades in space with nothing but the technology of this little chamber keeping you alive. The rest of your fellow colonists are still trapped in similar chambers waiting for you to restore them.
Reviving you from hibernation was my greatest accomplishment. Your odds of survival were a mere 28%.
Wow, and you still went through with that? Hibernation helmet.
Ah, your old hibernation mask. Had to remove it, you know, in case you were prone to vomiting.
Dehibernation experimentation notes. Raising core temp another 5C over 1 hour. Dosage appears to be working. Slight diffs from process in cystipigs, not beyond expected boundaries. Microscopic assessment shows no sign of sudden traumatic mast cell wall collapse. Encouraging. Reminder, still need to mop up pig. Need to get a view into the cranium, see what's going on with neurons. Oops, hand slipped, likely effects. Ah, nothing important, may have numbness in left heel. Who even needs that? Is that talking about me? Looking at sample. Evidence of hyperactive production of dopamine and norepinephrine? I don't know. Curious, no evidence. No evidence of entropic effects on neurons, however. Okay, blah 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 blah. Is it even right to call this effect brain damage? Seems like enhancement to me. Who wouldn't want on-call hyperfast cognitive response? Am I envious? To expand the span of a breath to an eternity, to be able just for a moment to perceive the world in all its infinite detail. Core temp up, still stable, no sign of cell wall decay, neurological necrosis beginning next 5C over 1 hour cycle. Yes, I believe I do envy you, Lyle. Thanks. He almost killed me apparently, so I take that. What is this? Reminder, mop up melted pig. Ugh. Toss ball. Do I sell toss ball cards or do I actually keep them? Pick up a pocket watch. As I said, I'm just gonna steal everything from you if that's alright. There's a terminal. Messages. Bypass. To H. Blythe. It worked out. Explain details later. Will be difficult to reproduce. Need your help. All necessary materials should be present in Halcyon, but locations elude me. Dumped a new associate Dirtside Terror 2 near Edgewater. They have a stake in my purpose, but trust in them only about 23.7% at present. They are recovering a ship. Should be along any time. Just need to know where to send them. Let me know when you get this. Eager to be done. What?
Careful, that's my communications terminal.
Yeah, I know. What is this terminal? Experimental nodes. Oh god, so many. Eureka! Flash-frozen organic material reverts back to its original cell structure when treated with tincture of dimethyl sulfoxide. Rate of explosive cell death, a very respectable 6%. Bad news, difficult to acquire, limited quantities of compound likely produced by Auntie Cleo. Recently discontinued due to severe adverse reactions. Must find more. O12, artificial stasis successfully induced in cystipig specimen. 217. Revivification complicated. Cystipig tissue returned to living state. Brain tissue suffered from rapid nucleation. Attempting treatment. 558. Treatment progressing. 820. Treatment failed. Brain tissue irreparably damaged by rapid onset necrosis. 851. Explosive cell death. 949. Finished cleaning liquefied remains of cystipig from laboratory floor, walls, equipment. Awesome. 216. Fresh out of Auntie Cleo's. Experimenting with Space's Choice partially emulsified creamer substitute. 218. Finished brewing. Adding 2 ounces Space's Choice. 220, atrocious, felt part of self die on the inside. Reminder, add Spacer's choice to the list. Note to self too, buy more mouthwash. Cystypig notes. Have spared one of my stock of experimental cystypigs to be used as renewable source of nourishment. Have named this lucky pig Bubbles. Giving an animal a name establishes rapport and creates a positive emotional bond. Allegedly improves flavor of tumors. Must look into that. Excellent creatures, cystypigs. Don't know how people used to survive without these genetic wonders of porcine succulents. Slaughtering a pig for meat instead of harvesting tumors that ripen naturally, falling off the flesh like mock apples off a tree, seems the height of barbarity. Truly a miracle of modern science. Ugh, that sounds disgusting. Personal files. Bypass. Have produced the services of one Captain Alex Hawthorne of the Unreliable. I hope he didn't name his ship after the quality of his services. I'll be sending my new accomplice down to Hawthorne via escape pod as soon as the revival process is complete. Hawthorne should make for an agreeable companion, or at least an acceptable chaperone. Law willing, he isn't a total buffoon. I know I'm reading a lot in this episode. Let's talk to Phineas.
Oh, thank the law. Your skin hasn't spontaneously changed color.
Nope.
Potential side effect of the revival process. Very rare, but you never know. Right. Welcome to my little habitation, such as it is. I've got caffeinoids, cysty bits, if you're into that sort of thing. So, welcome. Make yourself at home. My secret hideout is your secret hideout.
Is it? For what it's worth, I appreciate you pulling me out of the hope. You could have asked me before shoving me into an escape pod. Yes, you could have. Any chance you could repair that monitoring device? You could have asked me.
Oh, balderdash. You hadn't yet recovered your faculties of speech. What was I to do? Dear so-and-so, would you like to be shoved into an escape pod? Blink twice for yes?
For example.
Still, I admit I may have been a touch hasty, even thoughtless. I do apologize if I rushed you.
Thanks. He shot me into space, you lunatic. I'm lucky I survived it all. Well, for what it's worth, I appreciate it.
Not at all, my intrepid accomplice. I should thank you for tolerating my somewhat brusque manner. I only regret that I couldn't save more of your fellow settlers, what with being hunted by the board, and emptying my supply of necessary chemicals.
I wanted to talk to you about something else.
Of course.
Why are you doing this?
What's on your mind?
There some reason you're hiding behind bulletproof glass?
Oh, it's not you. I do experiments in that room. Some of them get quite scientific. The unexpected is to be treasured, but from a safe distance.
And why am I out here then?
It's quite comfortable in here, you know. I have my beans, have my caffeinoids, plenty of toilet paper.
Got a moment to talk?
Absolutely. Let's talk.
Have you met my crew yet?
No, and I've been trying very hard to avoid making eye contact.
Ah, the wanted criminal himself. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Wait, not another word. I don't want to know your name. I don't want to know who you are. Let's just enjoy our plausible deniability while it lasts, shall we? Why don't you just invite the entire colony to my secret, carefully concealed laboratory? It isn't as if I wanted privacy.
Well, relax, stay with me. Show a little hospitality, Phineas. I didn't mean to upset you. Hell, there with me.
Oh, fine. As long as you're vouching for their character and they aren't touching things.
I'm the only
For
one
what
who's
it's
touching
worth,
things
I am
here.
pleased that you found a crew, such as they are.
Thank you.
You're a talented scientist, after all. Our kind has always been incredibly popular.
Well, you're right. I'm doing pretty well for myself. Spare me the flattery, Phineas. There was something else I wanted to talk to you about. Yeah.
What's on your mind?
I'll be back. Well, I couldn't really ask him a lot of stuff. Even though I have some questions. Let's get back to The Unreliable. Ah, so this was named the Reliable at one point. You have acquired poster. You have acquired poster. And a pocket watch. Okay. I actually think, even though this isn't as long as usual, I will end this episode here. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what I do, why not comment, subscribe, like, all that good stuff. We have a Tumblr and a Twitter if you want to check those out. I love you all. Bye bye!